So here we are, Sunday Self-Care Show. Hi, Colleen. Colleen is a regular on the show. And here is Sashel. So, Sashel, I'm going to give you the floor. Yuko will be looking at our comments, and she'll be our moderator for today. So she'll answer. So, guys, ask questions that I can pass to from Yuko to Sashel, and she could answer the question. So Sashel can tell us about what it is that made her believe that she could create a product for herself and change her life and whatever it did for. So tell us a little bit about you, why you decided to do it, and then let's take the show on the road. It's up to you. If there are questions, I will ask.
Okay, great. Well, basically, I wanted to make a product for myself because all the products that I tried, they would break my skin out, and nothing seemed to work. My skin wouldn't stay moisturized. It would get irritated. And so I was, you could say I had the sensitive skin type of thing. So one day I was sitting down and I said, you know what? I'm going to try to make something for myself because I'm tired of spending money on all these different products and they're not working. So when I started to do more research, I realized that there's really no such thing as quote unquote sensitive skin. It's just our skin cannot handle certain chemicals that are in products. So I thought to myself, you know what? Since I don't eat meat and I'm going the healthy route, let me start making products that would possibly work for me. And maybe that's the key to me having actual softer skin that's less irritated. I wouldn't have, break out in hives every time I would use something. So I have a background in biology and I know chemistry as well. So I just started to look up, certain healing properties of different oils and butters. And I just started, I said, you know what, let me make a body wash. So I made the body wash and I loved it. And I was like, oh my goodness, I can actually do this. And it made my skin feel good. So from there, I started making different things and it just became a complete lifestyle. I tried a few natural products, but as I read the ingredients, it wasn't completely natural. There was a chemical here, a chemical there. And I'm like, well, how are they saying it's natural and it's really not all the way natural? So my goal was to make something completely natural that would work for people with sensitive skin, eczema, psoriasis, all those types of things. And the whole point of me doing it is to help people because I wish someone would have, I would have found something that was able to help me so I wouldn't have to go through so many different products and so many issues with my skin. So mainly it's just to help people and help people lead in a more natural way for a natural journey.
Okay, so that is amazing. I have an idea. I've used some of your products for a while now, and I really like it. So we're going to start from the top. We're going to start with the hair because I use your shampoo and your conditioner, and sometimes I co-wash with your conditioner, yes. But what I noticed since I color my hair, because I personally do not like gray, it doesn't look good on my complexion, so I do not like it. So I color my hair. What I noticed, if I use another shampoo, it would strip the color of my hair. I would see the color coming through when I'm washing 2 weeks later. And it's as if you couldn't do that. And then I realized that those products were stripping the color in days. And I started using your products, and I noticed immediately after coloring my hair, and I rinsed it with plain water, I would apply some of your clarifying shampoo. And when I applied just a drop, but for one thing, my hair is already short, and then nothing would strip, no color would come out, and I went, okay. So I started doing that. So tell us about what is in how you do your, not to how you do it, but tell us about your hair, for example. Like, because you treat your hair with that and the shampoo, the clarifying shampoo. What was your aim there?
The aim with the clarifying shampoo, we have so many products that we add to our hair, and sometimes we develop buildup. And that buildup, it could clog your pores because your pores are in your scalp as well because it's your skin. It's all a part of your skin. The scalp is part of the skin. So when I developed the clarifying shampoo, I wanted something to clean your scalp, clean your hair without being harsh. So I use a different type of Castile soap, pretty much with all of my products, a more sensitive Castile soap. But particularly with the clarifying shampoo, I also use black soap, natural African black soap. And I use a tad bit of apple cider vinegar as well to help clean the scalp, And also with the essential oils that I add to it, it completely changes the, you could say, the texture in a sense. When you shampoo it, it'll clean it, but it doesn't necessarily strip all the oils and all the natural oils that your hair produces, your scalp produces, and it doesn't dry it out all the way. It cleans it good enough, because with black soap, that just cleans everything and it's just super dry. So by me adding essential oils and Castile soap to it, it also helps as well. Another thing with the clarifying shampoo, it can also be used as an underarm detox wash.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Tell us more about that. As an underarm detox wash, what do you mean by that?
So because I have apple cider vinegar in it as well as the black soap. And the black soap, it helps to pull out toxins from your skin. And the apple cider vinegar does the same thing. And the essential oils in there are antifungal, antiviral, so antibacterial as well. So with the Castile soap and the black soap and the apple cider vinegar combined, it pulls, I'm getting serious here. It pulls the toxins out of your body. And we have a lot of toxins under our arms where we sweat, bacteria that develops. It helps to pull those out as well. And I know for another thing, it also helps with women who are heavy chested. Underneath, you sweat. And a lot of times you can develop bacteria and fungus underneath. That actually helps as well. You wash underneath, it gets rid of the bacteria, it gets rid of the fungus. And because a lot of times, you can develop a rash and everything. And it helps to get rid of that as well. So, I try to have things that have a purpose, not just, oh, well, this is this and you'll like it. I want it to serve an actual purpose.
Okay, so I that is intriguing. I didn't realize that. So for a heavy-chested person, we know that. Sometimes it's not only under the bust line. Sometimes it's the legs and the groin area because they're heavier. And I know about that because I've heard people talk about that. So that shampoo is a good thing because you have some healing oils in there. That is amazing. So you floored me with that. I didn't expect it to be going there because I love that shampoo so much. And the actual thing I love when I squeeze the conditioner, not a squeeze, your stuff comes out really nice. That conditioner is almost, it looks like a mother of pearl look.
Yes.
So sometimes I use it as a co-wash, meaning that there are days I use the shampoo and there are days and times I use the conditioner as a wash because I know it's also good to do that because of what's in there. Tell us about the conditioner.
Well, with that one of the things, so both of them I would kind of say are considered like shampoos. One of them is just a little more moisturizing than the other because a lot of times what companies do, they purposely develop a shampoo, don't add any oils to it, and then develop pretty much like the same thing, and they with the less of the soap, and they'll say, oh, well, here's your conditioner. And it's like, well, you can add the oils to it and it can be all in one. It can do the same thing. Like everything should have a purpose. So like I was saying with the clarifying shampoo, let's just say I'm out in the yard and I'm sweating really bad and, I'm just dirty. I'm going to wash with the clarifying shampoo to get all the, the sweat and the dirt from my pores, from my scalp. So what I'll do after that, I'll get the moisturizing cleanser, which is this one. I'll get the moisturizing cleanser and I'll shampoo my hair to add super moisture back to it. And let me tell you, when I do that, my hair is like, thank you. Like it just curls up.
I know.
It's so soft. And when you rinse it out, you still see the moisture in your hair. And that's a beautiful thing because it's like, okay, I know my hair still has moisture in it. So I have coconut oil, essential oils. I have hemp oil. And of course, Castile is always the base. And I also add the chibi powder from Africa, and that's helping with hair growth. So I add a little bit of that to it as well.
Okay, I'm going to, because I want to keep the questions. There's a question, she's from Dawn. Maybe Yuko can, she says, please explain why you would want to do an underarm detox and what do you expect during it?
Okay, the reason why you want to do an underarm detox, many times when let's just say when we're doing a detox with our bodies, all the toxins are coming out. But a lot of times what we don't realize is if we're using regular deodorant, we're adding toxins back in because of aluminum and all the other chemicals within the deodorant. And what many people don't realize is that our lymph nodes are right here, underneath your arm. And a lot of times when your lymph nodes, you can say are, trying to think of, for lack of a better word, when your lymph nodes are obtaining so many toxins, they become sick. And that's why when you get sick, your lymph nodes swell here, and in your groin area. And one of the things that many people or research has found is that when your lymph nodes are full of toxin, that's one of the causes of breast cancer, because it's these lymph nodes under here. And so that's why it's good to use a natural deodorant, but it's also good to detox, because even though, you know, we're doing things healthy, you have toxins that still build up, even when you walk outside. So when you're doing the detox underneath your arms, it's getting rid of excess bacteria that lies underneath your arms. When you sweat, you have bacteria. You don't even have to sweat half the time and bacteria is still there. So the underarm detox is clearing your skin and your lymph nodes of those bacteria and harmful things, chemicals that go into your body from using regular deodorant if you use it. And also, you have to remember the skin is the largest organ on the body. So anything you put on your skin is going to absorb it. So if you're absorbing something that is not as healthy, like I said before, it's getting into your lymph nodes, you have other organs. So it's bringing toxins into your body. So the good thing to do is detox. And a lot of times we don't think about it because we think, okay, well, I washed, I'm good. You washed with a soap, but is it actually penetrating through the skin to really get rid of any toxins, any bacteria, excess bacteria that might be there? And that's where the essential oils come in as well, because they are antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. So that's one of the...
I understand that. I was thinking that when we shave or we wax, we sometimes tear the skin. Yes. And under the arm has a lot of moisture because that's where our sweat glands also are.
Right.
So using this shampoo that has these healing oils is also repairing the skin. I think that's a great idea because Yuko and we did one of our shows on the lymph nodes and we dry brush from the neck and also here and on the yes. Yeah, so we do a dry brush before our shower, and these lymph nodes needs to be stimulated. You cannot leave them just that. So, and furthermore, I think of the things we eat, some of the food, because that's sometimes, you know, somebody walks by, they eat lots of garlic, which is good for you, but you can smell it.
You can smell it.
Your underarm deodorant is not going to take that smell away unless you detox or go through a cleanse or something like that.
Correct.
So thank you for that part of it. So now let us go to the skin. I want to come back to the hair because I know you, and I know your hair has changed a lot. But I'm going to leave that for later. So, but let's look at. We have a lot of couples nowadays that are mixed, and their children have a texture of hair that's neither black nor white. And it's sometimes so puffy, there is no control. Either the mother is black or the mother is white or the father, whatever, but they do not know what to do with that unusually not straight hair. What would the shampoo do? Just the shampoo and the conditioner would do for that hair?
It would help to maintain it more and add moisture. So basically when your hair is not completely straight and you have a kink to it, it's easy for it to get dry and it needs moisture. Straight hair doesn't necessarily need moisture because a lot of people with straight hair, they wash their hair every day to get rid of the oils. Hair with a kink needs oil. It needs moisture. So a hair pomade, hair butter, something like that would be good to maintain it. But if you're washing it, getting rid of all the gook in it that you may put in. That's good to cleanse it, because you should always cleanse your hair every time, because your scalp needs to, and that's also what helps your hair grow. Your follicles being stimulated and clean. Once you shampoo your hair with the clarifying shampoo and you wash your hair with the moisturizing cleanser, it's going to add moisture that might have been somewhat stripped away from the clarifying shampoo. And it's going to make it easier to manage. People say easier to tame, because it's adding the moisture to it. And if you want to add more moisture with an oil or a hair butter or something like that, it will be a lot easier to comb, because if you're combing it and it's tangled really bad, it pops and breaks and it leaves it very unhealthy. So when you add the moisturizing cleanser, it's going to just make it a lot more softer and better able to manage, because it's adding the moisture within the coils of the hair.
Okay, that's good. So I just wanted that, because we have guests that comes to the show from various cultures and races. So I wanted to get that out there for them.
Oh,
now, tell us about the skin care. But not. You have a body shampoo that's to die for.
Okay.
And then you have a body butter that you use after that. So tell us about it, and what part does the elbow and the heel has to play? Because Yuko and I are the elbow and the heel police. We do not like ashy elbows or crack heels. So
right.
Let us go into that big skin, the bigger part of that organ called the skin.
Okay. So one of the things I absolutely love is my my body wash. Here's one of them. It's a tropical citrus body wash, and this one is a relaxing spa body wash. One of the things with my body wash, I add oils to it as well, and Castile soap is the base. I add oils to it that help with elasticity of the skin as well as moisture. And all of my body washes are scented with essential oils. No fragrance oils, no chemicals of the such, no lauryl sulfate, the stuff that makes it bubble. I don't use that. I have vegetable glycerin that gives you the bubbles that you get. Because a lot of people, if they're washing, they want to see bubbles, because that lets them know, oh, I feel clean because I see the bubbles coming. I see the bubbles. I'm good. So I don't have any chemicals with that. So when you wash with the body wash, you're getting a good clean. You're getting a good cleanse. Everything is cleansed. Everything is clean. And when you're done, you dry yourself off. Your skin is super soft. I mean, I'll tell you this. I had to, I was tired one day and I said, you know what? I don't feel, because I ran out of body wash. And I said, I don't feel like making any more right now. Let me just wash with Castile soap. I'm tired. I washed with the Castile soap and I was like, ooh, skin's a little dry. Needs a little moisture. I said, I'm making my stuff tomorrow. And when I did, oh my goodness, I was amazed. I saw a huge difference. I was like, wow, okay, it did this. Like, and then you just start rubbing on your skin because it feels so good. And that's just one of the things that I love, is when you use a body wash, whether you feel, because a relaxing spa is more of a eucalyptus spearmint type of scent. If you're in the mood for that, the tropical citrus is more of a tropical type, citrusy type scent. And the lavender woods is more relaxing. And the nighty night one is just going to put you to sleep. So I try to make it for each mood, but at the same time, still moisturize your skin. So that's the part about moisturizing. Now, when you get out of the shower, I have different body butters and oils, but the cocoa vanilla body butter, which is this one, it's made from actual cocoa butter. And I get the raw cocoa butter, which comes in bricks, and I shave off all of the cocoa butter from the bricks for each and every container that I make. I shave it off, and I add different moisturizing oils to it that is going to help with, again, elasticity and moisture, as well as a lot of people, it hasn't been quote unquote confirmed, but we know that cocoa butter helps with pigmentation as well. So I add different oils and essential oils to increase the effect of the pigmentation, the helping with the pigmentation as well. And it smells so good. That's another thing. It's because it's raw and it's natural. It smells divine. So when you put it on your skin, you can see a huge difference. You feel a huge difference, and you can feel the oils naturally just going in and moisturizing your body. And again, you're going to start doing this because it feels so good. And your skin is just like, oh my gosh, yes, this is what I needed. And your skin is saying thank you.
We have, and I have to go back because you have a question and I want you to address it. Do you make a natural deodorant safe to assume it isn't also an antiperspirant? So do you have a deodorant too, don't you?
Not yet. I'm actually working on that. A deodorant that's effective as far as, because it's some of the deodorants I have tried haven't been as effective as I wanted it to be. I have developed a deodorant powder that that it works very well. I haven't put it on my website yet, but I'm still, fine tuning a few things. But as far as an actual deodorant, I haven't come up with one yet. All the deodorants that I make, that I've tested, they would not be an antiperspirant, but they would help control the wetness as much as any natural product would do. So basically the issue is controlling all the wetness completely and the odor. And that's one thing when people, when they start to use natural deodorants, they feel as if they don't have any on because their underarms sweat and they smell. And they're like, why? Well, this isn't doing anything. Well, that's when the underarm detox comes in, because your arms also have to be detoxed in a sense to get rid of the chemicals, because the chemicals also would enhance the smell of the bacteria. So that's one of the things that when people start using natural deodorants, that's one of the things that's a hindering type of factor, because they think it doesn't work. And in actuality, they just have to detox their underarms a few times and then it'll start working.
Okay. So tell me about your body scrub.
Okay. I have a few different body scrubs from, two different types. I have a sugar scrub. Here's one of them. This is a salt scrub. I have a sugar scrub and a salt scrub. The sugar scrub is not as abrasive as the salt scrub, and it's a coconut sugar scrub. And that one has a soft vanilla scent, and it has green tea in it, which is really good. One of the main scrubs that I have is it's a Himalayan salt scrub, and it has roses in it. Now, one thing about my scrubs, again, they're all scented with essential oils. The majority of them will have herbs in them, like the sugar scrub has herbs, green tea and matcha. It has those herbs in them. The Himalayan salt scrub is Pretty in Pink scrub. It has roses in it, dried roses. And I have another one, the 6 degrees of separation scrub, that has, it just has a little mint leaf on the top that I add because it has a minty cedarwood type of scent to it. It has 3 different salts in there, and they all just have different properties. It helps tackle certain things. And then I have a blackout scrub, and that has activated charcoal in it. And that's, in a sense, a detoxing scrub as well. So everything that's going to help pull out toxins all over your body, the blackout one is the one to have.
Do you have something that we can use on those ashy elbows and horrible heels and feet?
The cocoa vanilla body butter.
Should we use a scrub before we put the cocoa vanilla?
This is the thing with the scrubs. All the scrubs have moisturizing oils in them. So anytime that you use one of the scrubs, your skin is going to be moisturized as well. So you can scrub, get the exfoliation going. And once you rinse it off, you pat it dry and the moisture is there. So it's like, okay, it doesn't completely, the scrub, whether it's sugar or salt, it doesn't absorb all of the oils from my skin and just leave my skin dry. The oils in there add moisture to it. So after you use it, your skin is still going to be moisturized, but a little extra moisture could help as well.
Okay. So I have another question for you that, just about all these wonderful products of yours. What about bath? Like, for example, today I was in the bathtub for 90 minutes. When I go in there to last forever. Do you have any bath salts or bath lotion, whatever?
I have bath salts. It's kind of a glare. These are the bath salts. They are my salty coconut milk bath salts. All of them
Correct.
have either flowers or herbs in them, and they all have coconut milk. So one of the things, like I was saying before, with salt, sometimes that can strip your skin of moisture. So basically, I develop a salt concoction, and I add coconut milk to it. So that way, when you sprinkle the bath salts in your actual bath, you're getting the cleansing of the bath, the salt as well, but then it comes with the moisturizing factor, which is the coconut milk. And I have different kinds. I have a floral one, which it smells good. You know, the lavender is more relaxing. I have one called Gaia Sweetness. It's more of a lemony type scent. It's vibrant. And one of my main sellers is a healing bath salt. Now, with that one in particular, if you have a cold or you're not feeling well, it has healing properties within it, like eucalyptus, elderflowers. It also has a little bit of tea tree oil in it, just a little bit. And those are just a few of the ingredients. And if you're not feeling well, you sprinkle that in your tub and you just soak in it. And that helps to get rid of, one, the toxins and any other extra toxins that might be making you sick, or if you're having respiratory problems or anything like that, that would be the one to use. Especially now with allergy season going on, it's a lot of people, you know, are not feeling well because of their allergies, me in particular as well. I would soak in a healing bath salts, and that would just open up my chest and my sinuses, and it's just a healing overall experience. And that's one of, right now during this time of year here, because the allergies are still bad, that's a #1 seller. As well as my allergy oil that I have. I can just throw it in real quick. The allergy oil is used to help with any type of allergy issues that you may have, from sinuses to watery eyes, even to mosquito bites, any other type of bug bites. The allergy oil consists of different essential oils, an essential oil concoction that helps reduce inflammation, as well as help you be able to breathe and not be as, you could say, congested. It'll open up your sinuses to where you'll blow your nose, but at the end of the day, you'll feel better. And a lot of times when people, they're having problems breathing because they're congested or they feel sick, you can rub it on your chest, almost like a Vicks vapor rub in a sense, but natural and in an oil version.
Okay. So I know there's a question. I have no idea what the acronym for this is. What grade are your EOs, the EOs you use in your products?
Oh, the essential oils, therapeutic grade.
What did you say?
Therapeutic grade. They're all top of the line essential oils.
Okay, therapeutic grade.
Therapeutic food
Okay.
grade. Yeah, they're all
So
top.
Dawn, I hope that answers your question because
I can't, and the thing is, I've gone through so many different companies with different essential oils. So the essential oils that I purchase are from different companies, but I have to do my research to make sure that, you know, they're not, I don't want to, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not going to shortchange me on their actual healing properties. I want to make sure it's the real deal.
Okay, so you go through trial and error with some of your essential oils.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay. Ted, I also know that you have some what do I call them? Those that you put on the pulse, the different, what you call those things? Your
pressure points?
Yeah, you put on the where the pressure points are, or the oils, like you have a sleep one, I think, and different ones that you put with lavender in a little.
With the
roll-ons.
The roll-ons. Yes. Yeah. Well, the main. I have 3 main essential oil scents. One of them is Beautiful Flower. The other one is Sensual Lotus. And the other one I have is Comedic Transcendence. So the Beautiful Flower one is the rose scent. The rose scent is not, it's not like a scent where it's not an overpowering scent. It's just a beautiful, natural scent where when you walk past, you know, people will smell you and say, oh my gosh, you smell so good. The sensual lotus is a jasmine scent. And
Oh, jasmine, yeah, my favorite.
yes, and it's, oh my goodness, it smells so good. And the other one is Comedic Transcendence, and that is my version of an Egyptian musk. And
Oh,
yes, and that one, yeah, it's about 8 different essential oils that I use to develop that scent. And they all have to sit for a certain amount of time so they can mesh together. And everything, all the scents in there, they smell good and everything. So that's what I use for that one.
I know there's a question on, does she offer facial products for ladies with oily skin?
Yes. You said, do I offer facial products?
Yeah.
Yes, I have a facial scrub it's a oatmeal facial scrub, a cinnamon bun oatmeal facial scrub. And I didn't have that one on here. That one is a wonderful type of scrub. It's oatmeal and a salt combination. And oh my goodness, when you use that, you have a natural glow. It's exfoliating and it's also moisturizing. So when you scrub, you're getting rid of, all of the dirt and your pores and everything. And then the oil in there adds the moisture back. And it gives you a soft glow on your face. And it is wonderful. I have a video, a reel on my Instagram page when I'm actually using the product. And it's great. I use it pretty much every day. I use it this morning.
Don made a comment, not a funeral rose scent question. Good to know. And I adore Egyptian musk. It's one of my signature scents. I love Egyptian musk. When I was in India, I got jasmine, and oh my God, just a little bottle. And everywhere we went, we were at the Oberoi Hotel, and everywhere that entire hotel smelled of jasmine. I fell in love with that again.
The scent is just, oh my goodness, it smells so good. Natural, like pure natural jasmine, and you can tell the difference between synthetic and the real. Because
yes, you can.
I purchased jasmine oil, and it was from an essential oil company. I thought it was jasmine oil, and when I used it, I was like, something is off with this, and it's not making me feel, right. And when I looked at the bottle, it said jasmine oil scent. It didn't say jasmine essential oil. And so that's a lot of times people get, I'm not going to say confused, but it's misleading as far as if you're getting, if you're getting oil from an essential oil company, you're thinking that, okay, it's going to be an essential oil. But when you really look at it, it says the scent and not an essential oil. It's like, oh, well, that's not real. That's synthetic. So I had to get rid of it. And I found an actual jasmine essential oil. The bottle was like this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
As I said, the bottles I bought from India were like this. And whenever the people on the tour, the guides would say to me, because they enjoyed it that I dressed like them, I ate what they ate. They said, well, what would you like to take back to Toronto? I said, real jasmine oil. So I kept getting those tiny bottles, but you don't need much. A toothpick is enough.
You don't need much.
No, you don't.
A little goes a long way.
Yeah. So, so I want to talk to you now about, I know in some cases, like the mint you use, that comes from your garden. What other herbs you use, like oregano? People do not realize, I'm pushing that in because I'm a real big oregano kind of person. Oregano heals you without you cooking with it. You know that, right? Oregano, you can put a bunch of oregano in your bedroom and you will notice you sleep. I don't know. There is a book I bought years ago, Little Things, said healing with oregano. If you have a headache, they ask you to put a bunch of it under your pillow, not under your face, under the pillow. Yeah. And so tell us about those that you use in your products.
I use, I use sage. I use
Mm-hmm.
basil. And one of the products that I use those herbs for, I also have a feminine steam, a feminine herbal steam. And I use that um, for the feminine reproductive area, because steaming is, something that has been done for centuries that women do. And a lot of the herbs, like I said, the sage and the basil and the rosemary, those type things help with your reproductive activity, as well as other herbs as well. I'm coming out with a natural mouthwash, and I use the mint from my garden to seep into the actual mouthwash to make it minty and have those medicinal properties. And I have, oregano as well and sage as well that I'll mix in with it. And that's just, yeah, it's wonderful. And like I said, with the bath soaks, with the healing bath soaks, I add the herbs from outside into, like I said, with the sage, oregano, rosemary, I add those in. Because also know the scent of rosemary is just wonderful, and it also helps with memory. Mm-hmm.
So that's a good thing to know. I didn't know about rosemary and memory. As I'm getting younger, I should remember that. Oregano is another that you can easily overuse. A toothpick, yeah, dip in the bottle and stir it into your pot of boiling water is plenty. Trust me on that one. Don, you must have put half a bottle in a pot of water, didn't you? So correction, Don is giving us a tip. Don is a fervent follower of the morning blessings and all we do, and she's always here with us. So let us look at I know you also have I know forever you've been creating incense, because I was a butt of the joke when my grandson told you, when you said, I need some bottles to make incense and to put in bottles. And he said to you, I know where you can find bottles. You can find bottles at my Grammy. She makes wine. She drinks wine all the time. And I think, why would he say that? But, so anyway.
He
And
said
then
she has plenty
he
of
said,
it.
my granny drinks wine, water, and tea.
She has plenty of it.
Yeah, she has plenty of it. Because she drinks wine, water, or tea. And I go, really? You have to do that? You have to spill my thing out there? So tell us about those incense, because I know they're fabulous.
Yes, so here's a pack of my incense here. This one is Mellow Mood, and this has a lavender scent to it, a lavender cedarwood type of scent. I have three types of incenses. Mellow Mood is one. Grand Rising is the other. It has a lemongrass type scent. And Smudge is another one. And that one is for a healing, negative energy removing type of vibe. I have it, the Mellow Mood, going right now. So the Mellow Mood is mainly to relax you. The Grand Rising is to wake you up, because it's lemongrass, but it's not too overpowering. But when it helps you move around, keep going. And the Smudge, it just helps to bring positive energy in your area. In a sense, you can replace it, because sometimes if you sage, you can sage, but you can also use the Smudge incense, because it has sage essential oils, Palo Santo, just to name a few. And it has and those are the oils that have the same, you could say, metaphysical, spiritual aspects as sage and regular Palo Santo, and the other types of negative energy removing deals that we have to do from time to time.
Yeah, because people, that is something we need to address now, because I don't realize many people, or many of us, I should say, let me throw myself in there, do not believe that energy from others floats around and stays around. So explain a little bit more why you would use sage or Palo Santo fragrances in your home. And when the energy is strong and negative, it also can create sense that you do not want to breathe. And
Yes.
And I know saging, and so talk a little about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So energy is always around us. It's always in our aura, in other people's aura, in the atmosphere, everywhere. So when you encounter someone with negative energy, a lot of times that energy could either transfer to you, or if you have friends that may come over, they could have been around someone that, because we're not, we don't know every one of the people around that come in our presence. That energy could have transferred to them. And if they bring it in your house, it can stay in your house. And people know when you're around people with negative energy, people who always have something negative to say, they're not positive, and it's just like a grouch, a grinch, those are people who have negative energy in their aura. Aura has different colors, and their aura is off, and you can kind of sense that. So if any type of way you come into their presence, you may not knowingly bring that home into your atmosphere. So smudging, we call it, saging, and using different types of, I would say, tools to help get rid of that negative energy are ways to clear your area. Even with kids, my son is in middle school, and he's around a lot of kids that go through a lot of different things. And sometimes he doesn't know that he might bring that energy in the house just by being around them. So I always make sure that I sage my house at least once a week, just to get any type of negative energy that was in the house out, open the windows and let it go out. And it's bringing in the fresh air and bringing in the positivity that needs to be in the home. And so that's what the smudge incense does. It has the oils from sage and Palo Santo in it, to where when you burn that incense, it pretty much does the same thing as if you had a stick of sage. So, and also one of the other things that I do when I make my products, I always burn sage, because I want to make sure that the intention that I set in every product that I make is always there. And when it gets to the person who made the order, it's going to do what it's supposed to do. So I always want to make sure I have a positive mindset and a positive environment every time I make products. If the environment doesn't feel right, I'm not making anything until I get the situation taken care of. And that's just one of the things, is the intention. The positive intention in your products is one of the most important things that you can ever have, because you can have the perfect ingredients, but if your intention is not there, and it's just, oh, well, I just want to, make a whole bunch of money, it doesn't matter to me if it works or not. That's not having a positive intention. You want to make sure that your products work for the person that's actually going to use it. So that's why I always make sure it's positive environment, positive intentions, burn the sage to get just that aura going. So they'll get your product, and they'll get the aura as well. And it works even better.
Dawn, there's a lot of nice, wonderful statements. Somebody said, Dawn says, energy cannot be created for or destroyed. Completely agree. I truly believe everything has energy, some more positive than others. But body workers I know have to ground themselves. I know that too from far. We don't want to bring that negative energy, you coach reminding us, to help avoid taking in others' unhealthy energy. But it's something all of us need to be mindful of. We need to. Ezra said, great show. Dawn said, love that you burn sage while creating your products. Nice. Thank you for sharing. I will be purchasing your products. I appreciate you and your business. That's from Tanya. There's a question. I'm going to take it up. Is an incense with your Egyptian musk blend? That is from Dawn. Dawn is very active on all the shows, and I love that. And she's special to her. Dawn was looking for her friend named Tessa and found me. So she wants to know, okay, before you answer Dawn's question, you have an incense that you burn. And you said people, when you go to the shows, because you're burning that incense at your table, people, that's what you shared with Yuko and I, that you burn this incense at your table and crowds come to your table. What's that smell? Tell us about that one. I think that's going to be your bestseller.
Yes, it happens every time. So when I first started, I would burn the mellow mood, and people would come and they would be like, okay, because the thing, when I want people to see what I have, I just say, you know what? When people are walking around, whatever they smell is going to attract them to certain things. You smell good food, you're going to say, that smells good. Who's cooking? Where is that coming from? So I burn the incense. So when people walk in, they smell the mellow mood and they're like, oh yeah, I feel that. I smell the lavender when I walked in, when I first walked in, I just followed the scent and I came here. And I said, yeah, okay. So then one day I said, let me just try to burn the smudge and see how that goes. Because when you smell it in the package, it smells like plants. But when you burn it,
yes,
it gives off a different scent, a different vibe. So I started burning it. And I kid you not, there was nobody around. And I'm sitting there relaxing, just watching the crowd and people are walking past. As soon as I started burning it, people just started coming. And they were like, I smell something. I don't know what it is, but it's coming from over here. Do you know what that smell is? Do you know what it is? I said, is it the incense? And they were like, yes, what is it?
So tell us, because you mentioned it, I don't want you to forget that part of it. What does that scent do? Because you did tell us, you did tell Yuko and I what it did. So
basically, it smells good, but at the same time, it's changing your aura. It's changing the atmosphere around, because it's just like burning sage, but even better because I combine a lot of those positive energy type scents that and they're essential oils, so they all do the same. They have the same purpose. So as people are coming, they smell it, but at the same time, it's changing their frequency. It's changing their aura, and it draws you. It draws you in, and it has. You could say it has like multiple purposes. It'll smell good in your home, but at the same time, it's clearing the negative energy and bringing forth that positive energy. And people didn't even realize it. They had no idea. So it's a twofer.
Dawn said, great for getting out of the funk. Guys, I haven't been saying thank you for joining, but it's just that I wanted Sasha to really talk about all her stuff so that we have a good idea, because it's not often that we get a guest to come to our show that has so much to offer us, and it's self-care. And this is truly, like Ezra said, a very great self-care show, truly informative. Everybody's excited because people who come to this show are people who want to live a fulfilled life. And Yuko and I always tell them that it starts with you, the internal you. And we always say that we'll figure it out. And when we decided to have you come in, and as you notice, we were prepared. We do not jump in and do things without that. You attended a meeting. We found out about your products.
Right.
And then here you are. One of the things I want you to express to someone, when you get yourself into the position of using pure natural products, how do you feel as a person when this thing started from the head all the way down? We talked about everything, and it's true. Yuko talked to us, and she said she uses incense when she does her yoga in the morning. I use incense and scents, and I'll spray them when I first start to do my exercise, because I'm up at 4:30, and by 4:35 I'm doing my exercise, but I burn frequent incense all the time. So let us talk about when somebody embraces, because you weren't always into that. You made the choice to do that.
Right.
And what has it done for you besides serving? Because although you get paid for what you do, you're still giving. You could have kept it to yourself, say, I'm not going to do that. I'm not good enough. I cannot sell it. But in what you turn around and you did, you introduced us to something that is unique, that is different, that will enable us to live a fulfilled life. Right. Tell us when you really embraced doing this naturally and pure, how it changed you.
I think it initially started when I became vegan. My whole life changed because your eating habits, that's one of the main things that we do. And now, since you're vegan, you have to be mindful of all the things that you put in your body. And so when I became vegan, I started to be mindful about, okay, I need to eat this and not this. And my body started to change. And it was like my body started to reject certain things that were chemically based and not as quote unquote healthy as I thought. And that's what made me think, okay, you know what? let me look into a more natural type thing, because once your eating habits change, it's almost automatic to where you want everything else to change. It's almost like a domino effect. So when that occurred, I was like, okay, let me at least start with my body externally as well, because internally, externally, they work together. So that's when I started to look at more natural products. And when I started to actually make, well, I used a few natural products and they were okay. But then I said to myself, well, let me try it myself to see if I can do something myself, because I know where everything is coming from. Just like when you grow your own food in your garden, you know where it's coming from. And it tastes better. It tastes so much better. So when you're making your own products, you know where it's coming from. So it's going to actually do a lot better. You can pretty much say, when you look at the ingredients, you know everything that's on the ingredients list. It's nothing where you have to figure out like, let me look this word up. I'm not sure what this word means. It's diaphospho, blah, 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 blah. Let me look that up. So everything you see on the ingredient list, you know what it is. So when you put it on your body, your whole body is affected. Like I said, with my hair, it acted different. My skin, it acts so much different. And it's just, I still get amazed and surprised, because it's like your body is natural. Our ancestors used natural things. So why can't we still do the same thing? A lot of times, commercial products are for convenience, but at the same time, we have to look at what's good for ourselves and what's healthy for our bodies. And my body just made a complete change. Like I said, my hair acted different. My skin is, I don't have allergic reactions like I used to. It's softer. It's just, it made a turn for the better. And it's still, we're all human, so it's still a work in progress. But once you start, there has to be a certain point in your life where you're actually going to start your health journey, whether it be food, whether it be products. You have to decide within yourself which one it's going to be. And once you actually make that decision, it's almost like a domino effect, like I said before, how everything else falls into place, because it's like your body is recharging and it's getting back to what it should have been in the beginning, or what it was in the beginning. And it's like, oh, we're going back to this? Okay, great. Now we're going to do this. Now we're going to do that. And one of the things people have to do, which I say all the time, go ahead.
I didn't want to forget, I'm interrupting you because I didn't want to forget the beard for men, because we didn't talk so much about what the men can do. Talk about the beard cream, or whatever you call it. I can't remember the name.
So I have a beard butter. It's a debonair beard butter, and there's a beard brush that comes with it. It's a soft to medium type of bristle, and it's not boar bristle. So the brushes are even vegan. It's a synthetic type of bristle. It's not boar, so no pigs, so no boar's hair. So the brush helps when you brush your beard, and it's a natural moisturizer for the beard as well as the skin underneath the beard. And
so,
go ahead.
No, tell us how it works. Give us a description of.
So basically, and this is one of the things I also suggest too with men with heavy beards. If you wash with the shampoo and the clarifying shampoo and the moisturizing cleanser, that prepares your beard to be pampered, and it cleanses it. And once you pat it dry, you add the beard butter to it. It's a butter consistency, and it emulsifies rather quickly, and you just add it to your beard, and it adds shine, moisture, and there are also essential oils that protect the skin as well. So it's an bacterial. It's another antibacterial property that's added to the beard butter that's going to help with any type of bumps that you may have, that you may develop, because sometimes you get bumps under your beard. You don't necessarily have to shave all the time to get hair bumps. So it helps prevent that as well. And it smells good. So it's a masculine scent, and it's a cedarwood, sandalwood with a little spice to it, and it smells really good. But the thing is, it adds moisture, and it makes your beard more manageable to brush, and it just doesn't look dry and brittle.
Well, I had a question, and I'm trying to see if I can pull it back. I didn't write them down because I just know the questions to ask it comes out. But this one, one of the things I was always interested in is, like you said, you went vegan, then you started working from the inside out, and you did say, and you could reposted it that they both come together. Um, when you add these fragrances, this thing to your stuff, and you go out to sell, what type of information that you give to others, that people who come asking you, well, what does it do? How do you work it out?
I pretty much just tell them, I give it to them raw, like, okay, this is what it does, because I do my research before anything. And for some reason, when I do my research, it just comes to me as far as what to add and how to add it. And I just tell people, you know, this oil is for this, and it does this. Now, if you're having certain ailments with this would be helpful. If not, this would be helpful. And that's just one of the things that I give it to people, just how they would get it, just raw and uncut.
That's good. Don says, do you have a product that can be used for many things, like petroleum jelly, that of course isn't, in capital letters, petroleum jelly?
So yeah, because petroleum jelly is like a protectant
where
it doesn't. Oh, go ahead.
She said petroleum jelly is not, but do you have something that you can use all over your body? Like how people are supposed to use petroleum jelly.
Right. Because when I'm thinking petroleum jelly is like a skin protectant where it doesn't really absorb, it just sits on top of the skin. The majority of my oils absorb the skin, but I am working on one. I started working on a body butter for my daughter. And hers is mainly a fruit butter because she has a nut allergy. But I try to shy away from any type of nuts for her whatsoever. And I wanted it to be more like a Vaseline type of texture because of her skin. So I'm actually right now developing, I call it a fruit and veggie butter, because it has oils from fruits and veggies, flowers and stuff like that, and different types of herbs. And that is more of a petroleum jelly type of mixture. I have, so in addition to the cocoa butter, I have a shea butter, and it's called Lavender Fields Light Butter, and it's a shea butter type of that's the base, and that's really good for people with eczema right now. But like I said, with her, she's allergic to shea butter, so hers is going to be completely with fruit, and it's going to have the same type of consistency as a shea butter, but a little different. So more like a petroleum jelly.
Okay. Do you have a face moisturizer?
I do not have a face moisturizer. I have, not specifically for a face moisturizer. I have a body oil that can be used all over your body. There is I use in collaboration with another company. It's called the House of Mayat Products. I use a facial oil from there in addition to my scrub, but I also my body oil is a massage oil, but it also can be used all over the body, including the face as well. And like I said, the body butters can be used as a facial all over body type thing, but I also use it's called from the House of Mayat, it's called a Golden Goddess facial oil. And that's one of the companies that I collaborate with as well. So,
okay, let me check this question. You have a product that can be used for many things. Okay, we got that. Okay. Tanya asks, do you have a toner or night cream or eye cream?
I don't have an eye cream. For a night cream for the face, I usually use the cocoa butter. I don't have a toner, but I am coming out with a facial spray. The facial spray, it helps with if you may have acne or any other types of issues with clogging up the pores on your face. It does tighten the pores. So that's one positive type thing. And I use it all the time. And I have my son use it as well because he's at that age where, you know, the pimples are popping up. So I have a use of the facial. It's just called an invigorating facial spray. And that's going to be coming out in a few weeks. And it has essential oils in it, radish oil, which is good for the skin. And it helps to tighten the pores, as well as get rid of any type of bacteria that's on the face.
Okay, I'm going to look at, there's another question, I think. Do you have a, okay, we got that. That's the question. Guys, do you have any more questions, or is there anything you would like to say? Put it in the chat. Hi, Angelina. Perfect, thank you. So let us know if you have any more questions. We still have Sasha here. She's been here for an hour, filling us in with so much amazing information. I love her products. I've used it. And we saw her hair close up on a Zoom. It was all bouncy. It's all natural. And I know that hair has changed from all the different products. I like that she's vegan because she actually uses inside and out. And that is something we have to know. So where are your products made? Your home, she's asking.
Yes, I have, well, it depends. Like the packaging and everything is made in my home. And I also have a location where I make the products as well.
Okay. How do you feel being an entrepreneur? From Tanya.
It's a wonderful feeling. It is a very good feeling. It has its challenges, as with anything. And it's a lot of trial and error. That's one of the things that I noticed, that being an entrepreneur, you're really not going to learn as much unless you mess up. And it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this. I didn't know I was supposed to package it like this. I didn't know I was supposed to have it like this. And it's like, okay, you're your own boss. So it's not like you really get reprimanded so much because you're learning at the same time. But it's also rewarding because you set your own schedule and you can pretty much have control over what goes out, how it goes out, what you want to make, you know, how do you want to display your products. You have control over all of that because you are your own boss. And that's one of the things that's very rewarding, because you have your own creative content that you can use, and your creative mind, and you can do things the way that you like. And that's one of the most rewarding things.
And besides that, she works for the FDA.
Can't say that, Jamie.
I know, I pronounced that out. Oops. That's okay. That's fine. So thank you for sharing. I'm proud of you and you're grateful for your product. I will be purchasing some. Let me see if we have any different questions. I could have missed one. Oh, we answered that already. So guys, one of the things, please check her website, follow Sasha so you can get more of her product information. I have used some of her products. I love them. And the shampoo and conditioner and the skin products are amazing for me. Of course, the saging and those things are just natural. So she gave us a lot of tips. So if you want, you should share this video so others can listen to them. And please try to follow Sasha on Facebook or wherever or Instagram. And that way you will be able to get more of her product information. Her products are for sale, so you can purchase through her and let her know and stuff like that. But it has been an amazing, amazing hour we spent with you. Thank you.
I can't believe an hour passed already.
I know, that is what happened. Normally, Yuko and I are jumping up and down and doing all kinds of weird things on the Sunday self-care show. But for once, we had to listen. So Yuko, guys, did not come on because she wanted Sasha to have the full screen for her to show the product. We didn't want her to get half a screen. That was Yuko's idea. I know nothing about technology. Yuko is the technology queen. She was supposed to be at a course, but her course is for another day. So she decided to jump in and be our moderator. And Yuko, you did a fabulous job as always.
Excellent.
Thank you so much for doing that. And you, Sasha, you really gave us a lot of food for thought. I like when you said that you went Once I became vegan, I realized I had to also take care of the outside in a more pure way. That was really important for me to hear. I love that. And thank you for creating those products. It's a gift for somebody to put so much effort into creating those type of products for us to all share and to use. It's up to us how we take care of ourselves. All I know, as in life, as Tanya said, when you said being an entrepreneur has its struggles up and down and things like that. Yes, we do. And she said, so is everything in life. But what I have to say is to make the choice to keep yourself healthy and to live a fulfilled life, because it starts with you. And thank you so much for sharing that with all of us today. And it has been a pleasure, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all for having me so much. This was so fun, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much from the heart.
We appreciate you too. But guys, normally Yuko and I would be saying hello, thank you for coming. We couldn't. We wanted Sasha to express herself and showcase herself. So if any of you have something that you want to one day showcase, we don't do it every week, but we will bring a guest on when that guest is appropriate for what we are doing, which is the self-care show. Send your information to either Yuko and I, DM us. And those of you I did not say hello to and Yuko didn't quite get to say hello to, we appreciate you. We are very grateful and thankful for you choosing to press that button and to come here today. Thank you so much for giving us the chance to come into your home and to bring Sasha to share with you her journey. And it's amazing. So thank you, guys.
Thank you all.
Goodbye, everybody. Sasha, I will send you up that so you can put it on. No worries. We appreciate our guest speaker. Thank you, Don. Look at what Don. Don is a trooper. Don never stops. We have some amazing followers for that show. Awesome. Some of them are just so wonderful. So thank you, guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.